A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe. Mamukase. So this morning, let us reflect and take a look on what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. So at this moment in time, he is capable and able to actually deal with the pressure and deal with whatever which has been happening in the politics of Zimbabwe. He's in total control of the political situation right now in Zimbabwe. So the idea of President Emerson Mnangagwa, number one, is to know what President Nelson Chamisa is planning, how he is doing these things, and how he wants to actually deal with the situation or the problems at hand. So, with all the intelligence and the state apparatus, the president has failed to know what President Nelson Chamisa is planning at this moment. And there are key issues we need to reflect here, as articulated by Lucky Davis. He says, contrary to narratives that Chamisa has pacified opposition politics to a point where CCC is toothless and threatless to the regime, CCC finds itself under siege. For an institution that's supposed to have been crippled and politically immobilized, ZANU-PF is behaving awkwardly. Number one, ukaona nyoka ichifamba murodi, ukatora tsvimbo kuirova. The reason why uri kuramba uchirova is because uri kuona kuti ichiri kuramba yakasimudza musoro. Nobody wastes his power directing his anger on a dead snake. It never happens. Nyoka ikana hakuna munhu anoita mbiri yekunzi torai danda tirove nyoka yakafa. It doesn't work like that. So the only thing you attack is something which is, number one, alive, number two, advancing. There is nobody in his reasonable mind who attacks something which is fleeing. You only attack something which is coming towards you. The attack of CCC by ZANU-PF clearly reflects that CCC, number one, is alive, number two, is a threat to the regime and ZANU-PF. So these are people who stole an election, but they do not know how to protect that victory, that stolen victory. So they have to make sure that by any means possible, they have to immobilize Nelson Chamisa. They have to cripple the political organization. So that is the reason why you are seeing people being arrested, people being taken to court, several cases being raised at this moment in time. Counterintelligence narratives coming out. It's because they know for sure that Advocate Nelson Chamisa is on his strongest right now. Because the moment he opens his mouth, every Zimbabwean is going to listen to Kuti Atichi Chamisa. I have been watching this happening in Zimbabwe. Every WhatsApp group raunopinda, people are eager to know Kuti Chamisa Atichi. Everyone is eager to know. I saw a screenshot from that fake account yakakandwa in WhatsApp groups. Guys, a lot of people, they were asking each other, because they wanted to be sure. So they know the day Nelson Chamisa is going to open his mouth, record a clip not more than 5 minutes, and that clip is circulated on social media, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere, is the day ZANU-PF is going to be finished. They know for sure. So they are working tirelessly hard to preempt what Nelson Chamisa is planning, but nobody knows what he is planning. So Davis says, admittedly, a counter narrative would argue that CC is doing nothing. CC is doing nothing, rubber stamps the scary notion that it has been pacified. However, you don't punch a dead body. The post-inauguration attack on Triple C is preemptive and suggestive of a recognition of political life in Triple C. And it's true. This is the reason why I said, hakuna munhu anorova nyoka yakafa. Hakuna munhu anoataka chinhu chisiri kuuya kwaari. You attack something which is alive, number one. Number two, something which is a threat to you and coming after you. And that is the reason why Triple C is being attacked left, right, and center. Someone will say, Mudara kutaura kwake shows kuti he's in charge. No. A man who is in charge haataure matauriro iwayo. Remember, ukaona munhu ane fear achivhunduka, zvinonzi kuvhunduka chati kwatara hunge une katurike. Nelson Chamisa said, Makabira election, and is quiet. He said, Makabira election, I will not accept the results. Do banyarara. But noise ne mere dziri kubva to the other quarters. Up to an extent, the President Mnangagwa who want to express further. Kuti Chamisa akazoti saka Mwari ngavampe nyika yake. All those words, Team Zimbabwe, they are coming from somebody who knows that there are consequences ahead. There is turmoil in his own political organization called ZANU-PF. And he doesn't know who is conducting Chamisa, who is working with Chamisa, who is calling Chamisa, who is giving Chamisa information. You don't even know kuti Mugabe mabvisirwo akaitwa aya kozvikaitika kwandiri. You don't even know. So we are going to see a lot of elected Triple C officials being jailed, being detained, so that, number one, they intimidate people. Number two, they try as much as to get action from Triple C and know what Triple C is thinking. Because right now, you cannot plan against something you don't know. You have to know the kind of approach Nelson Chamisa is going to use for you to prepare. You might prepare for protests, Asrima protests, Koya Sadak. You prepare for Sadak, Yorega Koya Sadak, Koya ma protest. You prepare for both Sadak and protest, Koya Jimwe. Zvimwe zvacho zvogona kutobuda nebedroom mako. You see. So right now they want by all means possible quickly to have 2/3 majority. So that once they have 2/3 majority, they can try by all means possible to bar and create laws which can bar Triple C. So they will do whatever they can, but they've seen that you cannot financially cripple Triple C. You cannot win in that battle. So here it is going to be an issue where Triple C is going to court each and every day. Number one, you'll be using resources, which means it will be a diplomatic way of trying to silence and cripple Triple C. So you see that this battle you are seeing right now, they are trying to use every avenue possible right now to silence the opposition. And the first two which is being used, the police, the judiciary. So what they want to create, I agree with Davis. They want to create internal fissures. That is the reason why you see Varakash, when they go to social media, they touch Tendai Beat, they touch Professor Nube, they touch Job Seeker. Those are the issues. The issue of Job Seeker, they've been trying to use it for a very long time to send a message to say Nelson Chamisa is weak, so he must be replaced by so who is more vigilant and more militant. But I was just kushanda. So right now it's an issue of saying Chamisa is doing things from his bedroom. So Nube and Bita are angry. Those are the narratives being sent. But is that true? No. I don't believe that these guys are fighting. I know that Professor Nube and Honorable Biti, they know their positions. They know for certain their positions. And they know that they will benefit nothing from internal fissures, because everything is centered at Nelson Chamisa, not by design, but by default. Everyone who speaks does not speak about Kasukwere, does not speak about anyone else. Tatine candidates hobo angari paballot. But out of all those candidates vanga opposition, pakutaurwa candidate 1 out of 10, Nelson Chamisa. Even Xavier Kasukwere was not on the ballot. Nobody is talking about him. Nobody is saying interaction. All focuses on Nelson Chamisa. That alone means the comrades within Triple C cannot compromise that position. It's a default position, which was not created by Chamisa, but which has been there. So you will see that they will arrest party officials, they will do A, B, C, D, only to force Nelson Chamisa to act so that they counter evil. So you see the people who are saying Nelson Chamisa is a coward, Nelson Chamisa is this, Nelson Chamisa is that. In my view, these are people who are trying by all means to control how Nelson Chamisa thinks, how Nelson Chamisa can act, how things can be done. But they are doing it and they are failing. Take narratives that on social media. Before the elections, opposition is weak, opposition is dead, Chamisa is weak, Chamisa is this, Chamisa is that. Some people were calling for a third way. The third way failed. They have reconvened. Now they seem to be backing Nelson Chamisa again. They are confused on their own, which shows with number one, these people are agents. They are working for certain quotas. They are responding to certain quotas. So, in my view, this is the end of the dictatorship in Zimbabwe. Ukaona zvinhu zvadai, chizwa kuti zvarongeka. As long as everyone is directing missiles on Advocate Nelson Chamisa, it shows kuti the other Mdara is finished. And any move by Nelson Chamisa right now is going to make a determination of what is going to happen next and the fate of some comrades. That is the reason why they are throwing missiles on SADC, so as to try and demobilize SADC. But it's not working. It will work against them. So let me take a few comments. Chipo and the beating, like beating the wind. Hi, everyone. Grace Pau, the dying horse is kicking. Yes, that is true. Hello, Grace. This is Chipo. Dying horse. They are worried about not having 2/3 majority in parliament for their own interest decision. That's why they are under pressure. My sister, you said it well. Wind is blowing. You can't catch it. That can't hold it. Morning. Thank you very much, Chaona. Thank you very much for the contributions, Team Zimbabwe. So, if you take a look onto these things, Team Zimbabwe, what is happening in Zimbabwe right now? Nelson Chamisa is on his strength, full strength right now. He can make a decision. He can make a determination right now, and things will happen. That is the reason why Madara is kutya. Vari kutya because havasi kuziva kuti uyu akadai isu tikadai zvichadii. Uyu akadai isu tikadai zvichadii. They do not know. So let us remain resolute, Team Zimbabwe. Vanenge vararama kuzoona Zimbabwe yakanaka. Vanenge vararama kuzoona Zimbabwe yakanaka. Kana tafa tinenge tafa. But be assured kuti Zimbabwe is coming back again on its feet. And this time, Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to make a surprise move which will surprise everybody. Zviri kwamuri varakati kuramba kana kuzvibvuma.